All right, it's alt season, and for the next few weeks and months, our community is going to be making life-changing money, more money than you can ever imagine. In fact, today we're going to show you not only two of the hottest projects, but I'm also going to show you one trade that you need to execute in the next 3 days if you're going to make these life-changing returns. But making money in the alt season is the easy part. The main part is to keep the profits and to make sure we don't sell too early. So it's not only about making money, but how do we make sure we don't sell too early and take profits too early? Ride those winning trades. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about today. Making sure we make the optimal amount of money, selling at the right time and riding those trades. I want to make sure that you guys are protected for when that downturn arrives. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I come to you every single day at 10 a.m. EST. And I bring you crypto love and crypto wisdom, and we are building the most profitable community every single day. In fact, I get mails from you guys telling me how much money you guys are making, and it really, really makes this all worthwhile. So if you're new to Crypto Banter, welcome. Welcome to the rides of your life. Smash that like button, smash that bell button, because that will tell you when we are coming on. Not only that, it's also going to enter you automatically into our Banter Bags giveaway competition. So if you don't know what our Banter Bags giveaway competition is, where have you been? This is the biggest competition that crypto has ever seen, maybe even that YouTube has ever seen. I don't think that YouTube has seen a $2 million giveaway. So how it works is very simple. We've taken $10,000. We've invested it in an ETH account so everybody can see it. It's public, like everything else in the blockchain. And we are investing that $10,000 into the pre-market gems. And those pre-market gems, those are the ones that do 100x, 200x, 300x. Eventually, we're going to give the bags. When we get to 250,000 subscribers, we are giving those bags to 3 lucky members in the Banter community. So how do you enter? Very simple. There's an algorithm. The algorithm is watching our subscribers. It's watching when you like. It's watching when you share. So you need to just like, subscribe, share, hit the bell button. Every time you do that, it's another entry into the competition. And when we get 250,000 members in our community, we're going to give away those bags. I would be super surprised if those bags are not worth $2 million. And I've already secured 2 allocations for you guys. I secured 2 allocations for you guys. The first allocation I secured for you guys was split. I don't know if you guys remember, but I secured $1,000 for you guys in split. I think it was in the public or in the private round. So that's already in the bags. And then yesterday, if you guys saw my Twitter, I secured another allocation for you guys. I secured an allocation for you guys in Unmarshall. They're coming on to our show next week, but we've got an allocation of $1,000 in Unmarshall. And if you go to the ETH address, you'll actually see that the $1,000 left the wallet this morning and went into the Unmarshall wallet. So that's 2 allocations that we've got into the Banter bags. Again, I would be super surprised if these bags weren't worth $2 million by the time we gave them away. And as we get more subscribers, the giveaway date is becoming much sooner. So all you need to do, you know what you need to do. Let's get on with the show. Fred's looking at me. Fred, what's up? So Fred says I should put through a trade for you guys live while we are on the stream. Should we do it, Fred? Should we put on a live trade? All right, let me talk to you. First of all, let me talk to the guys about what this trade is all about. So have you guys been watching COTI? In fact, let's call up the COTI chart here. I know we've all been watching it. So let me just share my screen with you guys. And I'm going to show you how to make a trade. I'm going to make the trade for you guys live so that you can see that I've made it as well. And we're going to make this trade together. So this is the COTI chart. And let's look at what it looks like. So look at that chart. And if you look at that chart, COTI is flying. In fact, it's hit a new all-time high. It's currently trading at 51 cents, 51.5 cents. Why is COTI trading at 51 cents? That's the question. So you know that on our show, we have been speculating. Let's call it speculation. We have been speculating. Can you say speculating when you know, Fred? No, you can't. So we've been speculating that COTI is listing on a tier 1 exchange. And the listing that they're getting on the tier 1 exchange is not for the ERC20 token. It is for the native token. So not the token that's listed on Binance, the Ethereum token, but it's actually the one that is listed on Binance. So the native token. So the native token is listing on Huobi. which is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. They claim to be the biggest. I don't think they're the biggest, but certainly is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. And we know what happens when a native token lists on an exchange. In fact, I want to show you this because this is quite interesting. I don't know if you remember, but Phantom did exactly the same thing. And if you look at the Phantom chart over here, that big run up over there is when the Phantom token, native Phantom token, was listed on the Binance exchange. So you can see a huge pump. And if you look at COTI, COTI is doing exactly the same thing. In fact, let me zoom out for you guys a bit. And you can see that the charts are becoming exactly the same thing. That is because the native token is getting listed on a new exchange. And we expect a pump. But here's where the trade comes in, where there's a trade where you can make more money than just the pump trade. And you got to follow this, because I think if you do this, not only can you make 20% immediately, but also get the pump. So you're going to make 20% and get the pump. So here's what you need to do. The first thing is you go to CoinGecko and you look under the token COTI. You click on the button that says markets, and you will see that COTI is trading at about 51 and 52 cents everywhere that the ERC20 token is trading. But if you look at KuCoin over there, the non-ERC token, the native token, the COTI token itself, is trading at 42 cents, which is kind of strange that the native token, the one that you can stake but has less liquidity, is trading at 10 cents lower on KuCoin than the ERC20 token, the one that you can't stake, is trading on exchanges. So this means that there may be a trade. If you believe what we believe, and we believe that the native token is going to be listed on Huobi, and it should happen in the next week or two, we think, we speculate. And when that happens, my theory is that the native token and the ERC20 token will trade at the same price, which means that even if the price of COTI doesn't go up from here, at least the two should equalize, which means that there's a 10-cent profit waiting to be made immediately if you believe what we believe. And then there's still the pump. So if that's the case, I'm buying. In fact, I'm actually going to buy it right now on the show in front of all of you, so that you can see that it's not only me giving you, it's not me telling you what to do, but I'm actually going to do it myself. So let me go and put in a bid right now. I'm going to put it at 43.8, and I'm going to buy about 30,000 COTI. And I've been buying all day. In fact, I've got a massive position, and I'm quickly going to hit the buy button. Bang. I've placed my order, and my order actually has been executed. So I've got quite a big position in this, and I'm going to keep buying this token because I know what's going to happen. When the native token gets listed on Huobi, what's going to happen? The two prices are going to be the same. And that's pretty much easy money for me. So that's exactly what I'm doing. In fact, you've seen me doing it on the show now. Go and look at it yourself. Go back to CoinGecko, hit that CoinGecko button where it says markets, and see if there's a discrepancy between the ERC20, which is the more liquid token, and the actual native token. And if there is, capitalize on that little gap. Make yourself 20% plus, make yourself whatever the pump is. Cool, so that's my big trade of the day on COTI. Let me just see if there are any other trades that I want to put through here today. In fact, no, we'll get there. Remember on Friday, we spoke about projects that were in the top 10 projects for March. In fact, let me show you that little blog again. There was a little blog that was written with the top 10 newly listed projects for March. We love most of them. Daffy, we love. Split. You know how I feel about Split. Split is pretty much for me the most exciting project maybe this year. And then there was a project called Aioz. I don't know if you remember that project. And Kyle and I were speaking about it on Friday. Kyle was raving about it. In fact, I think Fred, do you have that video? Let's listen to that video.
Aioz is going to be massive. Aioz is going to be massive. I mean, the team is 35 engineers, have been building it for 3 years, working product. You know, from my understanding, it's basically a better version of Theta. They already have proof of application. They have a decentralized YouTube that streams beautifully. Like you've seen those other like DTube and things like this, BitChute, that don't stream well at all. And it's launching with an ultra low market cap.
Yeah, so that project, Aioz, I've got the founder on here today. I mean, how's that? We speak about it on Friday. It's named as one of the 10 hottest projects in March. And by Monday, it's on cryptobanter.com. That's why you guys need to keep watching cryptobanter.com, because no one in the whole crypto interweb, as BitBoy calls it, brings you so many founders with so many projects and so many opportunities. Because again, we have a bag for you of Aioz. And you guys will tell me whether we should add the bag to the Banter Bags competition. Then we have another project for you guys. We have an NFT project that has more rights than any other project in the world, Fred. Yeah, Fred's nodding. He says he may even give them the rights to the Fred token. And that's how many rights they've got. And we've got those guys come to talk to us about it today. Other news today. We've got Coinbase delaying their listing for a month. At the same time, they admit to market manipulation or to wash trading and pay a $6.5 million fine. To me, what are they doing? They're cleaning out the closet before the listing. When you're listed, you can't have these skeletons in your closet. And even though they admitted no liability and they said that it was an ex-employee who's subsequently been fired and they haven't been wash trading since, yeah, right. Well, that's now gone and they've paid the fine and they're ready to launch. They're doing the IPO next month and at over $100 billion valuation. So look at it whichever way you want. It is huge. And then I don't know if you guys saw, but in fact, before we watch the video, Charles Hoskinson, like that guy really gets it. He gets it. Charles gets it. He really gets Africa. Now, I'm from Africa and I'm skeptical about people that say that they're going to come to Africa. Like, yeah, sure, Africa does need blockchain, but try operating in Africa. Try operating in corrupt governments with no infrastructure, no money in countries, inability to get money in and out of countries. There's literally no money in these countries. Then you'll understand what working in Africa is. And, even though Charles is a genius, sometimes I've been a bit skeptical as to whether he really understands what Africa needs. But he said something yesterday, and I think Charles gets it. And that's why I think Cardano, for me, number one or number two in the blockchain space. Number one or number two in the blockchain space. So let's have a look at that. Fred, play the video from Charles. Charles had a stream and he did that.
Of how to win and kick the ass of all the other cryptocurrencies and become number one. Great. And that's commercial. But what's the soul? What's the experience? What really tells you that Cardano has done something unique, magical, and special? As many of you know, I'm a big fan of Kiva. I go and use it all the time. And every time I do an AMA now, I give out loans. I've already done 5 from the AMAs. And I think to myself, for me, the moment I know that Cardano has truly made a difference and changed the world is if I can open up an application, just like I do Kiva at the moment, and I can have a direct relationship with someone somewhere in the world who's not doing so well.
Okay, so that's Charles, and I mean, he gets it. He's talking about doing microloans in Africa, and he really gets the building blocks. Like, one of the big issues in Africa is that people don't have identity. There's some people that have been born and never registered themselves, or registered themselves on corrupt registries. Some people don't even exist. And Charles really understands building all the layers. So from identity on the blockchain to being able to do loans on the blockchain. He also understands the fact that a large part of Africa is unbanked. And he's really solving for that. So he gets it. We are trying to get him on the show. He was doing a conference last week, but he'll come next week, or maybe even this week. Yeah, and then today we also have another chartist for you. We have a chartist. His name is Miro. He's got some amazing calls, amazing calls. And then, guys, I have to warn you about this. Fred's waving me down here. I have to warn you about this. There are scammers. There are scammers everywhere. There's scammers on the YouTube channel, and they act like us. They ask you to WhatsApp them. That's not us. Don't ever WhatsApp them. Don't send them money. We will never send you a number. Those same scammers or similar scammers are also now in our Telegram groups. It's a pity, but the more money there is and the more reckless people are becoming in crypto, the more these scammers are clicking and making more money out of our mistakes. And that's one of the warning signs, actually. That, for me, is one of the warning signs about where we are in this whole crypto cycle. And in fact, I want to talk to you guys about that. So, question is, should we talk about where we are in the cycle or charts? Fred, what do you think? Charts? Miro, what do you think? Do we do charts or do we talk about the market?
Hey, what's up, Ren? Let's speak about charts.
Let's speak about charts. Alrighty, man. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. So you want to share your screen with us and show us some of your charts and some of your calls? Sorry, did we interrupt you during a cigarette break?
Oh, no problem at all, man.
Alrighty.
Sure.
Great. So amazing. You're going to share your screen with us, guys. While he is sharing your screen, reminder. You can enter the Banter Bag giveaway. Like, subscribe. You get more entries for sharing. So keep sharing. That's where you get the most entries. So yeah, keep sharing. I see we are all here. If you haven't, hit the like. Fred, how many likes are there? Fred says not enough likes. Cool. There's a share screen button at the bottom of your screen. You may see it.
Okay, I have to restart my browser. I'll be there in 1 minute, okay?
All right, well, we're going to move on with the show, and then we're going to bring him in to do charts. So, Fred, we get my way anyway. Cool. So I said to you guys that we're seeing some telltale signs that we may be somewhere in the cycle. And in fact, I want to talk to you about where we are in the cycle, because I made a commitment to you guys that in 300 days, my entire community was going to be able to retire. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was 300 days. But then time's gone by. So now there's like 290 days for early retirement for everyone in the community. And that's great. But early retirement means that we make money and we keep money. And now we are in this, we're definitely in the fourth leg of the of this bull market, of the 2021 bull market. We've had the three big corrections, the 25% corrections. We're now going into the fourth leg, maybe the fifth leg, and then again the sixth leg. And the moves in leg 4, 5, and 6 are going to be huge. The amount of money that we are going to make in the next couple of weeks, months, or days is going to be obscene. But the idea is not to make money. The idea is to keep it. And why do I say these returns are going to be obscene? Because never before, not even in 2017, did we have so much acceptance by the world for Bitcoin and blockchain. Never before did we have so much institutional money in blockchain. We now got so much institutional money coming into blockchain. I know of about 3, 4, 5 billion that's sitting on the sidelines waiting to come in. We've now also got real world adoption of crypto. We've got NFTs going like crazy. We have real world adoption of crypto. Hundreds of millions of dollars of NFTs are being sold. And every time that happens, they're actually using blockchain. They're using Ethereum. So we can expect that the next 3 cycles of this bull market, cycle 4, 5, and 6, are going to be the wildest rides of our lives. We're never going to make so much money. And especially if you listen to our calls, you're part of our community, you follow our Telegram group, you are never going to see as much money as you see now. But, I published a tweet on the weekend, and I am seeing some warning signs. And the warning signs that I'm seeing should be pretty obvious, and especially if you were here before. Now, you can say, okay, you've got PTSD. And, maybe call it PTSD. I mean, Fred's been teasing me all morning. He says, look, you've got PTSD. You were here in 2017. You've got like a bad case of post-traumatic stress disorder. Maybe he's right. Maybe I do have a bad case of post-traumatic stress disorder. But I'm seeing the warning signs. The signs that we may be nearing a top. What are the signs for me? Well, everyone is talking about crypto. Every dinner conversation, everywhere you go, within 5 minutes, everybody's talking about crypto. More than that, everyone is making money. Do you know anyone not making money in crypto at the moment? Do you know anyone who's bought a coin and the coin went down? I don't know anyone. Every coin that everyone talks about, everyone is talking about making money. Then you've got investors, and investors are now at that phase again where they are FOMOing into everything. They aping into sales. No research, zero research. Hey, can you send me a check for $10,000? You don't have time to do research. I remember this from 2017 where people just throw money around because in fact, that's a real picture of me in 2017, throwing money around into pre-market sales. I was throwing money around. Okay. Some other telltale signs. Every time one of these pre-market sales launches, it does 100x. Everyone does 100x. Even like Split is going to do 100x. Superfarm 300x. Eternity 150x. Everyone does 100x. In fact, if we don't make 100x on a pre-market sale, you feel like hey guys, 15x. What do you mean 15x? That is a telltale sign. It cannot continue for a long time where people are making these crazy returns. Listed tokens on the market. I want to show you this one. Look at this token. A listed token with a huge market cap does 50% over the weekend. Okay, that's the VThought chain token, the VeChain, the second token for VeChain. Look what it did over the weekend. Okay, a listed token with a $300 million market cap does 50 or 100% over 3 days. That's not normal. You can't tell me, I mean, I'm going to try and find you one or two other examples here, but you can't tell me that this can continue. This is exactly what happened in 2017. And I see all the warning signs again. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to end today, tomorrow, in a week. All I'm saying is that the telltale signs are here. And sometimes I catch myself drifting into the same behaviors that I did in 2017. Now, again, 2017, at one point in 2017, this is an actual photo of me. I took a couple of $1,000 and I made tens of millions of dollars, maybe even close to $100 million at one point. I convinced myself, like everybody else did, that this thing is going to last forever. Blockchain adoption is real. The government is printing money. I convinced myself that it's going to last forever. I even managed to convince myself while the market was declining to keep hodling. You know what happened to me 3 weeks later? From starting with a couple of $1,000s, I went to almost having $100 million and back to where I started, literally back to where I started. I may even at some point in the bear market have gone under what I started. So maybe call it PTSD, but maybe call it experience. And I'm saying to you guys that I've seen these signs before, and I don't know when the correction is going to come, but I do know that I'm seeing the signs. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 months. The main thing is that as a community, we make sure that we don't get swept up in the hype and we stick to our fundamentals. We stick to the things that will make us survive the bear market. Because again, we're going to make obscene amounts of money because we bring you the calls pretty early. I'm going to bring you 5 calls here today. The idea is not to make the money. The idea is to keep the money because, can I tell you what the worst thing in the world is? Going from 0 to 100 and then losing. I'd rather not go to 100. I'd rather make less money. And that should be exactly how you think. Think about making less money, but keeping it as opposed to making more money and losing it. Because the pain of losing that money is way worse than the excitement and the happiness of having it at some point. So here is what I do or what I'm doing to rein myself in from being swept away into this bull market. And when I say swept away into this bull market, FOMOing into pre-sales without doing any research because every pre-sale does 100x. Yeah, they do until they don't anymore. And then the money just disappears. It becomes zero. Buying into FOMO trades. Yes, NFTs are hot, but you don't have to buy into the FOMO trade. I saw Eternity Chain, love Eternity Chain, trading at $50. The platform hasn't even launched yet. I think that they are going to win, but can we see a platform? I'm a massive supporter of Eternity. I'm just showing you guys where we are in the market. So what do we do to make sure we don't fall into this trap? So I've got 3 things that I want to show you guys. The first thing is have your HODL portfolio and make sure that your HODL portfolio is a one-way bank. So you can put money into your HODL portfolio and the stuff that you keep in your HODL portfolio is the stuff that's already got network effect. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, Chainlink, they all have network effect. Take your profits and put it into your HODL portfolio, and that HODL portfolio, money never comes out of it. Money never comes out of the HODL portfolio. No matter how tempting it is, no matter whether there's a 100x pre-market allocation, money never leaves the HODL portfolio. Fred, call up that chart again. You see that? Money never, ever, 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 ever leaves the HODL portfolio. Cool. So once we've done that, we're already safe. Let me show you the percentage of my HODL portfolio relative to everything else, just so that you guys get a lay of the land. For me, 50% of my money sits in the HODL portfolio. 35% of my money sits only in network effect gems. These are tokens that I think are getting the network effect. And remember, the reason why I say that is because you know, when something has a network effect, it really can't fail, or we think it can't fail. So that 35% is invested in tokens that are getting the network effect. In fact, remember we did that show last week, and I showed you guys these charts. I showed you guys, I think we looked at 15 categories of tokens that are getting the network effect. You know that because these guys are getting the network effects, you know that they're going to survive a bear market. Yes, the price will go down, but chances are, if they really are getting network effects, you just buy the dip and it keeps going on. Then the last part of it. So first part is your HODL portfolio is a one-way bank. Second part of it is invest the majority of your other portfolio into these network effect gems. And in fact, Fred, let's call up that chart again. I want to show the guys. Okay, then actually less than 15%, about 12% of my portfolio is sitting in what I call the get rich quick schemes. And this is these quick make a buck, lose everything type allocations. So pre-market allocations, speculative stuff on the market that hasn't really got the network effect, new stuff, they are all sitting in the get rich quick. Even some of the best projects, even things like the super farm and the infinities, until I see that they actually have network effect, for me, they sit in the get rich quick. They only graduate to the network effect gems when they actually get the network effect and people start to adopt them. And as much as I love those projects, and I do, I'm a big fan of Superfarm, I'm a big fan of Eternity, I'm a big fan of Polka Foundry and many of the other ones. Until they actually get network effect, they sit in that 15%. And the key to that 15% is that I never try and convince myself about those tokens. I am vigilant about taking profits. No matter how much I love Superfarm, Eternity, Polka Foundry, all these amazing projects, and some of them will be here forever and get network effects, I always take profits. I make 2x, I make 3x, I take my capital back. I make some more, I take the profits. Where do I put the profits? Straight into the HODL portfolio. Once the profits are in the HODL portfolio, what happens? Fred, what happens? It's a one-way street. You can't get the money out. It's locked. So I just keep accumulating Bitcoin. I keep accumulating Ethereum. I even keep accumulating US dollars because the US dollar does have the network effect still. It is about to be disrupted. So guys, yes, this altcoin cycle is going to continue. In fact, I think it's going to be, we're going to make so much money. You're not going to know what to do with it. But watch out for the telltale signs, because the idea is not to make money. Don't be like me. Don't be like me in 2017 when I started like that, and in 2019, that was me. Don't be like me. And I'm not going to repeat those mistakes, and I want to make sure you guys don't repeat those mistakes. So do what I said. If you want to recap, just go back and listen to it again. In fact, listen to this again and again and again. And every time you find yourself like forking out money without researching these gems or listening to some punt that you found on Twitter, well, remember those things that I told you. Cool. Let's get on with the show. Fred says Miro is ready. Is Miro ready? Is he ready to share his screen? That's what I want to know. My friend, welcome
Hey,
back.
what's up? Ren, first of all, I'm ready to share my screen, yes. And I wanted to tell you that I did listen to you right now, and I really like the topics you speak about. And it's great to see this. I didn't know your show from before, man, and I just watched it for the first time. And it's cool, man. I really like the style.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. We are a relatively new show. We are growing very, very quickly. We've got an amazing community. My whole community is going to retire in 300 days. You'll see. Sorry, there's Fred's saying there's 290 days. You see? Look, in 290 days, my entire community is going to be retired because we're going to make money and keep it. And we're all going to invest in some of these gems, and we're going to take profits. So talk to me. So you like my approach about having these breakdown of portfolios where you have like the HODL portfolio and then the 10x gems and then the other one?
Yes, definitely. That's how I do it as well. I hodl coins from time to time. I just recently had a portfolio, hodl portfolio, in Q4 last year until February this year. And I must honestly say I'm a trader, and I did sold most of it and did sell most of it in February because I didn't know what's going to happen next. So it was the right thing to do because altcoins did retrace in BTC value after February. The big, the hype coins, like Rune, RSR, and DOT, and all those big coins, the hype coins, did retrace a bit. So I'm not actually regretting that I sold them, but I am right now about to accumulate my HODL bags again for the next rally. And I think the next rally is about to start really soon because it looks like that. And I absolutely agree to you that the alt season is definitely not over yet. There are different trends in the market, always, always certain kinds of altcoins are pumping. I think this week we had some low Satoshi coin action. Don't know if you saw that.
It's people bought on the weekends. But listen, we are in the interest of time, Miro. I'd love to know, let's forget about the past and let's look forward. Yeah. So tell me what we should be buying. And while he's calling up his screen, guys, I'm going to tell you something. So we have a new chartist. This guy is an absolute gem. He gave me 2 calls before the weekend, and both of them did 70% on the weekend. And tomorrow, we're going to get him on. So make sure you watch tomorrow's show. I'm going to share Miro's screen now. And this is the part that I love, the charts. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So this is SXP. So I must honestly say to you that I have too many coins that I like right now, okay? And it was hard for me to pick 3 of them, but this is definitely one of them, SXP, Swipe. The chart looks good. What you see here on the chart are the moving averages, the EMAs, okay? And I honestly like it when these smaller period EMAs, they trend up like this. The EMA 21 here, the white one, crosses the bigger period EMAs like the 55. And then here we have the EMA 200. This is looking good, really good. SXP is trending up right now, and we have...
You're the second person who's called it actually on the show. Last week, somebody else called it. I don't remember who called it. Was it the Dutch guy? Was it Trader Jeff who called it? Okay, well, someone called it on the show last week. So this is one of those. There was some FUD here, and now I think the FUD's gone, and I think this one is starting to go. So SXP, relatively good one.
I definitely think they also do something. They have the cards, the Visa cards, and recently they released also a card for FTX, the exchange, I think, if I remember correct. And definitely this is one you can accumulate and hodl for a longer period of time, in my opinion, because the charts don't lie. I mean, this will go higher up to here, I think. This is where the resistance is, and then it might even consolidate below that and go higher.
Wow, okay. So you're talking about, I'm just looking at the levels there. So you're talking about a 40% target for your first target, 40% up, and then even higher than that after. Wow.
Yes, but honestly, Ren, this is not the coin that this is not the best setup that I have right now. I have so many good setups, and it would take too much time. The best one, let me check, man. I just had some this weekend. RSR is also looking really nice. RSR is looking good because it broke out of accumulation range, as you see here on the BTC pair. You see this? This was resistance, and it now broke out and retested, and it's looking good for to hodl longer. Then we have
RSR. Wow. This one just keeps going up and going up and going up, and it's got such a loyal community. It's got like, I think that there's the XRP army, there's the Link Marines, and there's the RSR reserves, and like that's like the most loyal communities in the world.
Definitely. So other than that, I think most of the altcoins with the low market caps. Let me scroll through the charts here real quick. I mean, these are the gainers from today. But what you see here around the structure, where you see the small EMA 21 crossing the big ones. You see this?
Yes.
This is a sign that an uptrend is starting. So when this white one crosses the blue one here, I mean, I do TA since more than 4 years now, and the charts don't lie. And even if I don't like many of these projects from fundamental perspective, I cannot deny the fact that they will keep going up. This is bullish as hell, man. This is really all these coins here.
Wow, that's metal pay.
Yeah, metal and
so metal pays got golden cross. I mean, is that not the 50-day moving average? Is that not all the moving averages crossing each other?
Yes. The small period EMAs, like the 21, okay, if you see it crosses the EMA 90, for example, that's good. That's really good. But this is also looking good here, Liz.
Give us
This
one
is
last
looking
call
good.
because we do have to move on with the show. We've got 3 other guests that we have to get in, and we've got a very short period of time. So give us
All right.
one last call for today. What are we looking at?
All right, let's say it is the Oracle project,
Dia.
Dia and TRB as well. I just looked at TRB. Both of them are looking good, man. They are both looking good. We have resistance here, Ran. Let me check. Okay, here we have some resistance. You see this? And
Yes.
here's also EMA 200 already showing up. But this is, yeah.
Okay.
These coins, yeah, this is already like 30%. And Dia, I think the same. Dia is looking very similar to that. Should go up to here. It was at 700 Satoshis recently. I think it goes back up there. So these two are also definitely good to buy, in my opinion. And I will share my trades on Twitter anyway. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you will see those short-term trades. And also I will share my HODL portfolio. Ocean, yeah, too many. Ocean also looks good, man. Ocean is
Fred,
also nice.
Let's get Miro's Twitter handle up. And that's what Fred's doing. And then you guys can follow Miro on Twitter. Miro, thank you, my friend. See you again soon.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Bye, my friend.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Remember, one of the big coins in our HODL portfolio is Luna, Terra Luna. I don't know what they call it. And tomorrow, Do Kwon, the founder, is coming on our show. You know, you got to respect these founders because these founders stay up late at night until the early hours of the morning to come on the show. Like, if I think about Luna, it's probably 1 o'clock in the morning when he has to come on the show. But these guys are like super hard workers, and they're so committed to their project that they do it. Now, another one of these like super committed people to their project is a friend of mine, David Yu. Now, I remember David when in 2017, and he was raising money for his project. And we met many times, but I remember the last time I met him was towards the middle or the beginning of the bear market. And I remember no one would listen because there was no NFT hype. And there was no NFT hype. It was hard to raise money. And I mean, this guy wouldn't give up. Like, he just wouldn't give up. The guy, laser focused. All he talked about in his New Zealand accent, NFT, and I can't do the accent, but NFT. In fact, let me get him on the stream. Dave, just say NFT in the New Zealand accent. Let the guys hear it.
NFT.
You see, I mean, I can't do that. Okay, so guys, this mofo over here, I used to see him at every single conference. Dave, what's the time, bro?
3:45 in the morning.
3:45 in the morning. The guy, I mean, stays up to be on Crypto Banter. That's the nature of the beast that you're dealing with here. And only this guy could build what he's built since 2017. So, Dave, tell us what you've built. I know a lot of people don't know what Ecomi is. Just give us a little background of what you've built. Fred, you can also play some videos when he talks. It'll be like amazing. You know, it'll be him talking, you playing videos. Perfect combination.
Thanks, Brent. So we've been working on this project since 2017. Myself and Daniel, my co-founder, CEO. Now, we really believe in this new space of digital asset and this NFT project that we put together. So Veve is the name of the app. It's pretty much in the beta live right now in your Google and Apple store. And what we have done is we have collected over 100 brands from some of the world's top studios to be involved in this project. And what we wanted to do is the 25 years I've been in the retail gaming industry and bringing that all into the digital realm, basically in the collectible aspect of it.
So you got rights to do over 25 brands, to do the NFTs for over 25 brands. You started to get these rights.
Over 100 brands now.
Over 100 brands now. And
Yes.
you started to get these rights before anybody was talking about NFTs. In fact, I remember this. And
Yeah.
just maybe tell the viewers, maybe mention some of the names that you've got.
So we got Warner Brother DC, we got Universal, we got CBS Star Trek. We got NFLPA. We recently announced GM just joined on. I mean, they're Tokidoki, Cartoon Network. I mean, the list goes on.
Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman, Harley Quinn. Yeah, and we got Sony, Ghostbusters on there. And I think this week we're dropping the first appearance of Ultraman into digital format. I mean, we actually have to restrict region, so hopefully you guys stay up at I think dropping it Thursday 7 a.m. PST time.
So am I right to say that you guys have got more NFT rights than any other project in the world today?
Yeah, I would like to think so. We start collecting this about 2017 for 18 months. We kept our project so quiet, no one even heard of us. And I guess that's one of the problem that you couldn't raise money because no one make any noise. We were under strict NDA with a lot of our licensors where, we couldn't talk about it until we're ready to go to market. And now the app is on the stores and, we're getting fantastic, amount of traction. I think I was just checking the numbers before I came onto your show. We're sitting about 80 to 90,000 users, and we're growing about 3,000 to 4,000 users per day. And it's priced Google Play ranking store as the top grossing entertainment app. I mean, Google Play Store has over 3 million apps, right, combined with Apple and all that. Our top 5 market, so in US, we are number 8 in US, number 3 in UK, number 3 in Canada, number 3 in Australia. And this is after like Disney Plus, Twitch, and then there's Veve. So, these company has 100 million subscribers and we have 90,000.
So this is the incredible thing. I mean, I'm excited about the rights, but I'm more excited about the fact that you're actually allowing people to do in-app purchases on your app. So you can actually buy what looks like tokens, but I don't know if it feels like it's not tokens. It feels like you're just buying a currency, and you can do an in-app purchase of an NFT. Now, I must say, I haven't seen any other company in the world allow you to do an in-app purchase of an NFT. Not talk to you about private keys, not talk to you about public keys, not talk to you about registering a wallet, not taking your credit card. Click, and you've got your NFT.
Well, we really believe the forefront of this NFT world will be a mass market. So when we set to build this whole app, it's all about, number one, the experience. So the experience of how people on board, how they purchase, and the utility of that NFT, what they're going to do with it. You're seeing a picture of a DeLorean where you could augment it out. You can walk in it. You can take a photo. You use one of our filters and post it on your social feed. And that's what we really believe, that to get mass adoption in the NFT, you really need to have these experience and easy to use. And the crypto and the blockchain is really just in the background of it.
Okay, now one thing I did notice is that for now, the NFTs that I buy on your app, I can't send out of your app. So once the NFT lives in the app, it feels like you can't send the NFT out of the app. Is that intentional?
Yes. So right now, we are looking at a number of options. So a couple of things. We want to ensure that the security aspect, the chain that we're on, we'll possibly be moving to something a bit more suitable for NFT. We're investigating all the options. And once once we get through this process, we'll start opening up certain license to be sent out. Inside the app, we do have a marketplace, and the marketplace is coming back up online, I think, in the next 48 hours to some of our beta testers. We just want to make sure that it's robust and can handle the loading. We were definitely not expecting to have this type of growth. I think just looking at the quarter, we grew about 12,000% in both users and sales.
Sure. Well, that's part of the NFT explosion.
So we've done over 150,000 collectible 3D sculptures sold since we launched, if you convert that into toy terms and sculpture and deliverable into shops, that's about 200 containers of shipments.
So you've produced 150,000 NFTs.
No, we produced about 180,000. We sold about 150,000 of that already.
Who's producing these NFTs? I mean, is it you guys producing the NFTs? Is it the license holders producing the NFTs? Who's producing the NFTs?
Yeah, so we, as a company, we sign the rights. We basically set the primary market pricing. As you've probably seen, this image coming up, the Todd McFarlane Batman. This is sculpted and drawn by a famous DC artist, and one of my favorite artists, Todd McFarlane, who's a great comic. And now most of these are sculptured in 3D now. So we basically take the asset, we clean it up, and we optimize it for mobile use, and basically we mint it into the NFT or the blockchain, and basically issue them, every single one with a serial number. And this is one of the first appearance of Batman. So if you haven't got one, I think it's sold out anyway.
Fred, are you watching this? Fred, I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Look, we are running a little bit low on time, but I want to get into the nuts and bolts. So when I did some project research, your token is currently living on GoChain. Am I right?
That's correct.
And your token is moving to Uniswap, I think in a few days.
We're moving at the end of this month, so I think it's next Wednesday. And one of the main reasons is Uniswap is doing an upgrade. We just want to see how everything goes, and we'll be live by end of this month.
Okay, now what is the logic for being on GoChain? Why not go on to Ethereum or one of the more used blockchains? It kind of feels like, to me, I mean, I know the guys from GoChain. To me, it feels like GoChain is a ghost town. I'm not sure that I'd be putting one of the best NFT projects on GoChain.
Yes. So, we talked about it 3 years ago. No one really, well, 3.5 years ago now. The technology fit for our purpose back then, and it was very, very cheap. And, the hybrid, having the sidechain helping us a lot. And we are looking, and we have been actively, talking to a number of parties who has approached us recently about, moving to other chains. And, we can't speculate what we're going to be doing. We will be announcing in our monthly catch up with everyone and update. So, yeah, hopefully you'll see some big news in that.
Amazing. I mean, how do you launch a GoChain token on Uniswap, though? Or does Uniswap, because the EVM is the same, does Uniswap actually support GoChain tokens?
Yes. So there's a wrap on it right now.
Okay.
And that's how we're going to be doing it. So I think a website will be launched for you to do this wrap and swap over.
Okay, now, the community are here, and in the chat they're saying, ask about Pokemon. This is your chance to ask about Pokemon. What am I supposed to ask about Pokemon? Like, everyone here is saying, ask about Pokemon. Is Pokemon coming?
We do have a library of content that is going to fill out basically this whole entire year. We are talking to many other license, including all the animation house, gaming house, especially the last fortnight, the amount of attention we got. And recently we've been a lot of press. So I can't speculate who's coming on. We do have very strict NDA. I love Pokemon. I started selling Pokemon in 1998 when they first become trading card. Brought it down to New Zealand as the first distributor for Pokemon cards. And I think a lot of speculation is because we also have a quite legendary advisor, and also, one of my close friend, Al Khan, who's been involved with Pokemon for many years of his career. So I think a lot of speculation is around the amount of people that we have working in Pokemon, and I love Pokemon. I think a year and a half ago, I sent my Pokemon card to space. So it came back down. I love it. And, we will work hard to get Pokemon on board, and we'll see.
Alrighty. Dave, thank you so much. Thanks for staying up for us, man. Listen, I salute you, brother. I watched you since 2017. You never gave up. You bootstrapped. You did everything that you needed to do. And now you're here and you've got all the licenses. So well done, my friend. And this is one of the projects that we're going to stay up to date with. In fact, if you ever need a platform to make announcements, Crypto Banter is your home, my friend.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, guys. Like entrepreneurs, when they talk to you about what entrepreneurs look like, feel like, act like, that's the guy. That's the guy. I mean, that's the guy. Tell you, there's another guy. There's another entrepreneur that I want to talk to you about. So this is a guy who, under the radar, has been funding a team of 30 people, building quietly in the background, quietly building and building and building. And today, his project has been named in the top 10 project launches for March. In fact, let's have a look at that again. We spoke about it on Friday, but people spoke about Aioz network, and they said the IDO, which happens in March, will be one of the top 10 in March. And you actually could possibly get into this IDO. It's a layer 1 based blockchain content delivery, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Because we actually have the founder, Ermin, right here on the line with us. Ermin, you're also up late, my friend.
Yes. Hi, Ren. How are you?
How are you, my friend?
Great.
So you're also up late. You're in Singapore, am I right?
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. over here in Singapore.
11 p.m. 11 p.m. is not late.
11 p.m.
So your project is now in the top 10 IDOs for March. I spoke to you last week. I was blown away. We had Kyle Chassis, who was also on the show last week, and blown away. Tell the audience here who you are and what you guys are doing.
Yes, so I'd like to speak to your audience about who I am. My name is Ermin Chiputra, founder and CEO of Aioz. I give a bit more color and in terms of what we do. We're basically a deep tech company. We're focusing on artificial intelligence and blockchain. We're a team of highly talented engineers in blockchain. We also are front-end developers. We also are AI scientists who basically write white papers and peer-reviewed conferences, and that currently we're building a Aioz network, which is a blockchain-based CDN. What it means is that the users can actually download an application on our Aioz.network, and we basically will need the compute power of each devices in the CPU, GPU, and internet bandwidth, and they'll be rewarded with Aioz tokens.
So, I mean, in a nutshell, for the viewers who are not technical, basically what you guys are doing is you're building a compute network where you're using redundant computation power to actually do computation of multiple things. You showed me some amazing slides or share screens. Do you want to share your screen again and just show us what the network looks like, how it works, and let the users understand? Because this is the part where I was blown away. While he's doing that, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you said that you have been bootstrapping these developers yourself.
Right.
Did you say 35 developers for the last 7 years?
That's right. So we've actually been in deep tech for some time already in AI space. So this is a node application that we have built. So this is basically a layer 1 node application. What it means is that we're going to use internet delivery, your storage, and later on we'll be releasing a feature which is transcoding, which uses your GPU. So in a nutshell, it's a very easy to use interface application layer for the user. Plug and play, as easy as 1, 2, 3. And what it does is that this particular application will then power the app here, which is called Aioz.tube. So in front of you, what you see is a so-called like a UGC kind of like YouTube version, right? So this particular app, sorry, you can play it. Let me mute it. So in this particular app, it's saying that, look, you can watch a video, you can get paid by watching with advertisements. Content uploaders can actually upload their the content and get paid in Aioz tokens.
Not only is this like a YouTube competitor, but what's impressive about this is not the front end. The front end is great. This is, I'm sure, one of many dApps that's going to be built on the Aioz protocol. But what's impressive is that all the computation power for all of this is not being done on centralized servers. It's being done through your nodes, right?
That's right. That's right. So the application layer is the one that does all the computes, and basically the very heartbeat of us is this particular application that you saw. So if you have a Windows, you have a Mac, you can easily download it, install it, and play, on your computer. Set it and forget it in the night. So it will power the D app. So we're saying is this: we're actually a layer one CDN, just to make it clear, right? So the Aioz.tube is just an illustration as a D app that will potentially, showcase to other media platforms out there that, hey, why? Because you get if you power on top of our Aioz network, you get cost savings instantly, right? And then you have a greater streaming experience because of the improved latency. Scalability is a property of P2P nodes. So the more P2P nodes we have, the higher scalability it is. So what you see in front of you is a live node map as of now. Our community stands at 2,535 nodes. We're very excited about it. It only shows and validates. Sorry, I'm going to stop sharing. It shows that the community is embracing our technology and really wanting to be part of this movement. Yeah.
So you got 2,500 nodes powering a compute power network, and effectively anyone is free to build dApps on this compute power network using decentralized computing power, which is getting rewarded by Aioz tokens.
Right. So the vision is to basically build an interconnected mesh network of edge devices coming together to compute the top layer of the apps. So I just showed you a Aioz.tube, which is a YouTube version, like a video, right? So in our world, technical world, video is image and audio. Imagine with me, we can build a decentralized YouTube. We can also build a decentralized image, which is Instagram, which means also in audio world, we can build a decentralized Spotify. Part of our roadmap is live streaming. Live streaming I've already done it one-to-one. I've shown case about 3 years ago to a couple of people who are wowed by it. But make no mistake, live streaming is a very resource-intensive endeavor. It requires a critical mass of adoption. And I ask your viewers to join me in the download the application. And one day we will live stream even crypto banter.
Amazing.
It's possible.
All right. And just before we go, you're doing a very, very small raise. Are you doing an IDO? Where can people get more information?
Right. So the IDO will be taking place at Ignition Launchpad, which is ERC20 based, and also at BSC Pad, which is a BAP20. So we'll be probably the world's first coin that will be launched concurrently at the same time.
Sure. Listen, it's amazing. I mean, I understand the technicals of what you've built. I know that you said that what you demonstrated there was just one dApp demonstration, but that's super impressive to show a proof of concept of something that works like a YouTube live. It is incredible, and it really does work. It flows. So absolutely, absolutely incredible. We're going to stay in touch with you as you guys progress. In fact, we'll catch up with you just after the IDO. But I think if our community, if you are watching this, you've now seen the Aioz network. I think it's one of the best projects out there. And I'm not the only one. I think Carl said it and News BTC said it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eamon. Really a great pleasure to have you. And guys, this is another one of those entrepreneurs, guys, in his blood. 35 people, 7 years, working, bootstrapping. And what they've built, what they've delivered, what's working now, 2,500 nodes working right now, showing you a YouTube. For our proof of concept, we built YouTube. Tomorrow, we're going to build Instagram. I don't know, mind-blowing. Anyway. Whew. That's me. Tomorrow, we've got Do Kwon, and he's coming on here to talk to us about Luna or Terra or whatever you want to call it. Remember, if you haven't liked, keep smashing the like, subscribe, share, leave comments, all of those things. The only thing you shouldn't do is don't feed the scammers. Like the people in the comments that pretend that they're us. It's not us. We will never tell you to WhatsApp us or send you our phone number. Forget about that. We're not doing that. So like, subscribe, share, don't respond to the scammers, and I will see you again tomorrow. And if you're trading, do my COTI trade. You'll have a lot of fun doing that COTI trade. You'll make 10 cents, and then you'll make whatever the pump is, guys. I mean, there's no easier money out there. I'm going to show you again that COTI trade. Let's see, do we have it? Yeah, so that's the COTI trade. Make sure you do it. Guys, I'm out of here. See you again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 10 a.m. EST. Also tomorrow we're going to release, I promise you, tomorrow we're going to release that how to yield farm video I've been promising you. See you all tomorrow, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners